These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
For moi?
Claude, you can talk?
I've always had the gift of gab, Nancy, but now you can understand. With Pretty Litter, the odor-neutralizing, long-lasting, health-indicating kitty litter that's simply the most luxurious way to bury my poopies and my peepees.
Pretty Litter was developed with veterinarians. It helps me monitor potential health problems just by changing color.
Go to prettylitter.com today. Pretty Litter, not just a pretty litter.
Hey weirdos, I'm Alaina.
I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid. It's Morbid, and today I'm being bullied in the office, everybody. Honestly, I can't even say that's not happening.
No, I'm getting actively bullied by not only my sister, but also my employee and friend, Mikie. I burped, and, people burp, okay? And
let me just...
hold on.
She's saying it like she burped. Oh, I just burped once.
No, I wasn't finished yet, but you're just still bullying me. No, we always burp a lot in here. It's kind of our thing. And True. Alaina burps all the time, and it literally feels like it sprays blood at people because they feel so sharp coming out of her fucking face. It's like, wah! And you're like, oh my God, duck and cover. Somebody call someone. She's bleeding out of every orifice. And then I burp, and they're a little liquidy. I like they're not liquidy like I taste liquid. This is so gross, but it's fine. But they sound a little yuccas. Alaina has told me for all of my life that they sound like the bog of eternal stench. But today, everyone decided to go deeper. It's like an episode of the Vial Files in here. We're going deeper. And Mikie said to me, actually, I feel pity for. My jaw unclicked from the top part, and it's on the floor. Pity? You pity me?
No, not you. He pities your burps.
Which are part of me. And so I got upset with him, and then he was like, no, let me backtrack, except dig my hole even further. And he said, you know what it is? And I looked at him, and I said, don't fuck it up. Don't dig this hole. And this motherfucker got a power shovel. He said, I used to work in a hospital. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? I sound like a hospital? This is like Mary Cosby telling me that I smell like hospital. So anyway, I'm upset.
Here's the thing.
You guys didn't think this episode was going to start like that.
All of that was correct. It's true. What she says is true. It's true statement.
Thank you.
Except
What?
she sounds like she's gonna vomit every time
they're
she
liquidy.
burps. But we needed to really describe them. The reason is not like, oh, there's liquid involved. It's like, no, you're
no
gonna
liquid
throw
involved.
up, and so we all brace like, she's gonna puke.
But I'm not
every
gonna.
time,
I'm
and
not
it's scary.
gonna. Yours are scary. Yours come out of nowhere,
And I agree.
And sometimes they sound like a shot,
Yeah,
like a bah. I'm like, ah!
herein lies the difference. I know.
I know too.
I'm not dispelling that description of my burps.
I'm not dispelling it, but it hurts my feelings. You just don't have as many feelings as I do. Okay.
And the pity I feel is because I love you. I don't want you to feel gross.
You're making me feel gross. Get out of here. Scram.
Bye.
She doesn't want to talk to you.
I'm getting fired. Bye.
I usually fire Mikie on the rewatcher to listen to that, but today he's fired from every job. All of it. No, just
love
kidding.
bye.
Please continue working for us.
Don't leave.
Don't leave. Oh my
Please
God.
don't.
Anyways, I bet you never thought when you turned on Morbid today that we'd be depicting each other's burps.
Sorry, guys. It's been, it's sometimes it just be like that.
Yeah, today's a loosey-goosey episode anyways. I feel like it's going to feel a lot like OG Morbid.
It is today. I think we're feeling
Oh, now you're going to cough during my episode? I pity you. I pity you. Is that a little cough you have today?
I'm screaming.
I'm just
Oh my God. I'm literally crying. We have today's like a spooky episode, but also a true crime episode.
Yeah, for both of us.
There's full true crime in here. This isn't just spooky ooky, but there's also spooky ooky.
Yeah,
so
there's a little part of mine that I think, I'm going to give you like a preview, like a brief overview of what happened, but I actually think I might cover part of mine on like a full-blown episode.
like in depth in
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
And mine is like, there's only so much information about it, so I got as much as I possibly could, and I told the whole story.
It would have been a mini Morbid had I not stepped up.
It's true. It would have been a mini morbid.
Which,
but
like,
but
we
you know
should
what?
bring back.
But you know what? Maybe they'll come back.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Maybe 2025 is a wild year. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll see mini morbids again.
Someday.
Maybe the theme song will come back.
Maybe.
I'm not making promises. I'm just saying.
It's possible. We have to find the file. Do we have that
Manifest it.
file?
Maybe you'll have to do it again.
I'll do it again.
An updated version.
Oh,
you know?
maybe I'll
just,
like add a little flair onto it
Yeah.
if that happens.
We're just like,
I'm gonna get back in the studio.
back in the stewed,
The stew.
like really.
I like that.
Back in
Forgot
the
the pod
stewed.
lab. I'm in the stew.
I'm in the stewed. So maybe, I don't know, that's something to chew on. But
Gross.
but other than that, we're trying to, spring is almost here, everybody. It's like
Spring
20
is
days to
springing.
spring. And in New England over here, it's been fucking awful this winter. It's been
God.
fucking freezing and so goddamn dry that I've been sick the entire winter. I just got the neurovirus, in fact. Like, luckily, knock on everything, we were able to contain it to just me, which is always the goal. But yeah, it hasn't been a banner season for me, so I'm getting on my supplement game and getting myself out of this.
I'm telling you, you got to start drinking Armra colostrum. I
Yeah?
think it has saved me this winter because I got neurovirus, but I didn't get any of the colds that you guys were all getting.
you
I
really
didn't get one cold this season.
I know.
Not one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it tastes like watermelon.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a win-win right there. No colds plus watermelon.
Well, I've been drinking liquid IVs.
Liquid
which
IVs are also great.
We love a liquid IV.
We do.
And I've just, I've been doing some turmeric and elderberry and zinc and vitamin C.
She got me on the turmeric.
all the good things. Just trying to boost that immune system.
You gotta.
But going into, because I want to go into spring and summer and fall and all the fun seasons. Healthy.
Thriving.
But I've been reading a couple books that are really good.
Yeah?
And I figured I'd just like quickly share them with you guys in case you're looking for something to read.
Do so.
So I just read Fantastic Land by Mike Bachoven. It's really good, and the audiobook is fucking phenomenal.
Nice.
It's super fast paced. It's like it's basically about a bunch of people getting stranded in a amusement park during a hurricane and having to
Nice.
survive, and it gets super gnarly.
I said nice, but
Nice.
I'm
You're
like,
like,
nice,
fun.
that's great.
That's great for them.
Good for them.
It was really good, though. I thought it was really fun if you're looking for something really fun, really dark, really fucked up.
hell yeah.
And right now I'm reading This Wretched Valley by Jenny Kiefer.
Ooh.
And so far it's really good, really spooky. I'm very intrigued by it.
Nice.
And I'm trying to get more leisure reading done this year. So
I'm also trying to do that.
we'll try to share our recommendations.
Yeah, I told Alaina about Storygraph. It's like where you can like, log all your books, and it's woman owned, which I love.
Love that.
I read, what have I read so far? I did So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. I thought it was pretty good. It's like a quick read. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's just like
I love that.
like a fun vamp tale. And then I just started our book club book. Me and Alaina have a book club with the 2 girls, 1 ghost girlies.
Sabrina and Korean.
Our brother Colton Coven.
Hell yeah.
And we're reading God of the Woods. I just
Yes.
started it. I think you're gonna like it.
Yeah, I'm excited to start that one.
It's really good, and I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a bunch on my to be read.
Yeah.
Me and-
my entire bookshelf is to be read.
I have a whole space on my bookshelf that is.
Yeah.
Me and Drew went on a Barnes and Noble date the other day, and I was like, "Damn, I'm just buying all these books when I already have like 400 that I haven't even read yet."
Oh, I have a problem with
but
books.
it's a fun thing to buy.
It is. I love books.
Yeah.
I will never regret buying too many books.
And something about Barnes and Noble, I'm like, I just want to buy everything here.
I just want to buy all the books.
all the books.
It's true.
It's great. I'm also on a Yellow Jackets kick. Me and Drew have literally flown through each season within I think it took us maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was actually like very impressive.
Yeah, there was
How quickly you were able to.
we took some
through that.
time off, you and I, for February vacation for the kids. And there was a couple nights that Drew and I just stayed up until like 3 a.m. Like
That's
weren't
bonkers.
tired, like just stayed up.
Yeah.
And so we watched like a ton of Yellow Jackets, and now we're up to like current.
You're caught up.
Yeah, we're caught up, and we got John and Alaina to start watching it.
It's
so-
true. We're only on episode 2 because we can maybe only get 1 episode done a night. Like
it's tough.
we have to skip nights in between and stuff. So we'll get there eventually. It'll take us a while, but so far I like it.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
I think
so far.
it really pops off in like the middle to the end of the first season.
Yeah.
And then season 3 so far, I think it's only been 3 episodes. The 4th one I think comes out tomorrow. 4th episode. It's season 3 is like, I'm like, oh fuck.
It really goes there.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch the plane crash scenes because it's a little too
Yeah, I told her.
visceral.
I was like,
for me.
tell John like the end of the
he
first
just
one.
told me when it was fine to watch again.
And then they do like the flashback. That's a fucking scary ass plane crash.
I'm sure.
I'm going to be talking a lot about plane crashes today.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. It's
Cool.
part of my lake.
It's part of your lake lore.
My lake lore. Correct, yeah.
And honestly, that brings us right to it, that we're going to be talking about some spooky lakes today.
Spooky lakes, and like kind of for me like national park, because my
Okay.
lake is in a national park.
Yeah, there you go. I like
Go
that.
visit national parks and support them right now.
Yeah, support them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And keep them clean, because a lot of people just got fired who were keeping them clean.
Yeah. So go take care of them.
Yeah.
And support them.
Yep.
Good call.
Yeah.
So, I can start with mine if you want.
You better.
You better, bitch.
You better. I was going to say, you better start, bitch.
You better start, bitch.
You want a listener tale? Not a listener tale. You want a spooky lake?
This is a spooky lake, but it's going to start with a very real and very tragic murder.
Oh.
From 1906.
Okay.
So this is the story of Grace Brown's murder, and it is a very tragic one. Let's start at a great place, which is the beginning.
I love starting there.
Grace grew up in South Otselic, I think it is, in Chenango County in New York. When she was young, she grew up on a dairy farm, and she attended school and graduated at 16 years old. She had a very normal upbringing on a dairy farm, very cute farm upbringing.
Nice.
All was well until she moved to Cortland and lived with her sister Ada. Now, living with her sister, she needed to find a job, and she found a good one, it turns out. She ended up working at the Gillette skirt factory in Cortland. And upon beginning her employment there, she quickly became acquainted with the owner's nephew, Chester Gillette. He also worked there with her. He was from a wealthy family, but he was kind of all over the place. Like, he was a little bit of a mess. He could never hold down anything steady, and he was kind of just living the high life with no responsibilities.
Fun.
And he was also like very much like macking on all the girls there, but he really focused in on Grace. So his uncle had tried to help him on the straight and narrow, and he offered him a job at the factory. That's how he got the job. It was good pay. It was full time. So he was fine to take it because also there was a lot of women working there.
That's kind of his ideal sitch.
It really is. And he also probably liked the power he got from being like the nephew of the owner.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's the Gillette skirt factory in East Chester, Gillette. Like,
And you don't have to do like anything probably.
yeah. So it wasn't long before 20-year-old Grace, and she was 19 when they met, but 20 when she died.
Okay.
She was 20-year-old Grace and 23-year-old Chester began dating. It was a torrid affair, as all workplace affairs tend to be.
I love a torrid affair.
But it was all secret.
Of
It
course.
was all very secret, not just because they worked together, but because she was a dairy farm girl who came from a farm background. He was a wealthy man about town, socialite, who was sought after by every girl in the upper class in the area and every girl in every class in the area. He was essentially ashamed to be dating a young woman who was considered to be lower class, like lower social scale than he was.
What a douchebag.
He was a douchebag. He didn't want people knowing he was dating a factory farm girl.
It's like, okay, then don't date a factory farm girl because she can probably do better than you anyway. So don't waste her fucking
she could
time.
have done so much better than him.
I guarantee it.
He's scum. Between a troll's toes. Not only was he keen to keep this thing under wraps, but he was also freely and openly dating and sleeping with other women right in front of Grace.
Ew.
Grace was not pleased about this and expressed this displeasure often, but he didn't give a shit. He just didn't care how she felt.
Great.
And it devastated her because I think this was like, she was young and she had grown up on a farm, you know, like this was her first big job. And I think this was like the first time she had actually been in a big relationship.
Well, and also like you think about this vibes here, like it's like the big hotshot nephew of the owner of the company that you work for takes an interest in you. Like she must have felt so special.
But then he's acting like a dick.
Yeah.
He also convinced her to be with him unchaperoned, which was scandal at the time. Because he didn't want anyone knowing they were together, so they couldn't have a chaperone.
Right.
And honestly, this was a big deal. And obviously now you're like, woo. But back then, this risked her entire reputation.
Yeah.
Like, he did not give a shit that he was putting her entire social reputation at stake here.
Because he would have been fine.
Yeah, he didn't care at all. He just never took her in public, ever. He would never take her in public.
And that's so sad that that's the treatment that she felt she was supposed to be taking at the
It
time.
must have felt so demeaning.
Yeah, absolutely.
The best summer pieces are the ones you end up wearing on repeat. Comfortable, versatile, and somehow right for almost every occasion. Quince makes it easy to create a summer wardrobe that you'll love, with elevated essentials made from premium materials like European linen, organic cotton, and washable silk, without the traditional retail markup. I love that! Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces that you absolutely will reach for all summer long. I absolutely love their linen. I have so many pairs of their linen pants, which you can dress up or you can dress down in the summer. Like, say you're going to a nice dinner, you can pair it with like a silk shirt, a really cute necklace, some good, makeup and an updo. Or if you're just looking for a more casual look, you can do the linen pants with like a loose button-up shirt and you still look really chic, kind of like, I don't know, Diane Keaton vibes, I kind of think. Also, it's not just apparel. Quince also offers elevated essentials for your home, from bedding and bath to kitchen essentials and furniture. They have it all, honey. I am a big lover of Quince, and I really do think you will be too. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/morbid for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/morbid for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/morbid.
Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Things got worse, though, near the summer of 1906 when she told Chester she was pregnant.
Oh, no.
And it was definitely his because she was not seeing anyone else. He panicked, and she was also very anxious simply because it was 1906. It's not like unwed young mothers were treated like magical beings creating life.
No.
They were treated like whores who were unfit to be in proper society.
Yep.
Like this, in fact, from what I've all the things that I was reading and seeing about this, it was literally like the amount of women, young women who ended up killing themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Because they felt it was a better outcome than the social what is it?
Ostracization?
Yeah, that's why did I totally blanked on how to say the word.
It's going from the T to the Z.
That's what it is. It's hard.
Ostracization.
There you go. Good call.
Ostracization.
Oh, I was kind of saying it wrong.
Ostracization.
Ostracization.
That's hard to say.
Yeah. Okay.
It was better than being ostracized by society. is what I'm thinking here.
I love that you're like, you know what, we're gonna just.
I was like,
say
that's
it
hard to say.
different.
So,
Anyway.
yeah, so this was like a big deal. It's not great. So she knew she had to hide out. That she couldn't be around everybody. She went back to her family's farm and she communicated with Chester through letters. It was Chester who encouraged this, in fact, telling her to go hang out with her family and everything was going to be fine. Basically, go away. Get out of my face.
Like, you fucking dick.
He's a total dick. He was very negligent with her feelings, very much still sleeping around and very uninterested in the idea of being a good partner or father.
Yeah.
But he was also a liar and a very good manipulator.
He had to have been.
It's that kind of guy. So he had to keep her on a leash a bit because he was a guy who wanted to have his cake and eat it too. Before she left, he had been ignoring her and making her feel just awful. But when the letters began, she basically found herself desperately begging him for attention or any kind of hope or hint that they would be married. Because she was
it's also like he's got this like all this money and everything.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't have any resources to figure this out. So she's relying 100% on him to figure out their situation that they got themselves into together.
That's the thing. And she's like, so she's basically like, give me any hope that you're going to marry me so that I can go out into society again.
Right.
I can't go out with this child until we're married. And so, and she started getting the attention that she was looking for. He started telling her, yes, he would marry her and they would have a life together and just wait. It's going to be fine. Like he started promising what he knew she wanted.
I feel like that's not going to happen.
No. Then one letter changed that. He told her he wanted to whisk her away for a romantic getaway.
And she was probably so happy.
Oh, yeah. He told her he wanted to take her to the Adirondacks in July. And this felt like the moment that he was going to propose. She thought this was the wedding trip. Either proposing or we're actually getting married. Mm-hmm. And sources say Grace was just over the moon excited.
Aww.
So they left in July and stopped at the Hotel Glenmore at Big Moose Lake. And they ate at Alta Cliff Cottage. And they checked in with him using an alias.
So that's fucking weird.
He used the alias Carl Graham, and she used her real name. So that was already.
I'm surprised he didn't have her use a fake name.
I think he's also a fucking idiot.
That's good.
As we'll see. So I think that was part of it. According to the Evening Courier, a waitress there named Grace Greenwood said she witnessed them having dinner the evening before Grace was killed. And she said Grace was, quote unquote, hysterical at dinner.
Oh.
Apparently Chester was trying to console her, trying to tell her you have to eat. And she said she just couldn't.
Oh, God. I wonder what happened.
Yes.
Like what the conversation was.
Exactly. Now, the next morning, this waitress saw her again and described her as, quote unquote, depressed. Like she said she looked devastated.
You wish that she was just able to like whisk her away.
I know. That's
like,
the
come
thing.
here, girl. We'll get you in a separate room.
Now, on the way to the hotel, they took a bus and the driver asked where they wanted to go. And this will just give you another little like insight into like Chester's way of like, it sounds like he was just being a dick. So the driver was like, where do you guys want to go? And Chester just gruffly answered, any old hotel.
Oh, nice.
Charming.
Yeah.
Your romantic getaway, and you're
That's
just like,
great.
whatever dump you want to bring us to. Because he didn't care.
That's so shitty.
So the next day, he told Grace he was going to bring her for a romantic picnic, and they were going to take a boat ride.
Oh, no.
Despite her telling him in a letter that she didn't know how to swim.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
They rented a rowboat from a man named Robert Morrison. They got on the boat, and he brought them and apparently, like, Robert didn't come on the boat with them. He just rented it to them. But Chester brought them, like, rowed them to the deepest and most isolated part of the lake.
She
which
was
is
probably getting more and more scared
Yeah.
as this was happening.
Exactly. Or even worse could be that she had no idea.
Yeah.
And just thought he was actually being, like, romantic.
Right.
And that's apparently the South Bay area is like the deepest point in the lake. Once there, nobody can really tell what exactly went down because it was only the two of them in the middle of the lake.
Right.
But once there, what did eventually happen was he beat Grace brutally with a horn-handled umbrella and a tennis racket,
Jesus.
and then threw her in the lake.
His
and he left her to
pregnant
die.
mistress.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Robert Morrison, the guy who had rented them the boat, said when they didn't return the boat around dinner, he was suspicious.
Of course.
But the next morning, he and a few others went out to try to find them because he was like, I hope nothing happened. Like, and they found the empty boat in her coat and then came across her body.
Oh,
And she was dead. He had fled.
believable.
He hid out at the Arrowhead Hotel in Inlet. And meanwhile, during the 3 days he hid like the coward that he was, he also called to get an advance on his pay and received one. So he was planning on taking off.
Yeah, dipping.
And I love that later this fucker will pretend and be like, oh no, I'm innocent. I didn't do it. And it's like,
Why were you hiding out
nothing
then?
about how you acted said you were innocent. If
Right.
this was an accident or something, which obviously it's
It
not because she was
wasn't.
beaten brutally,
Right.
like they can tell that, you dumbass. But it's like, even if it was an accident, why would you leave your pregnant girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
like almost fiance, dead in a lake and leave the boat?
And then just hide out
And then
ask
just-
for an advance on payment.
Yeah. Like,
None of that makes
No.
any sense.
now, when they came to, because they talked to her family and they were like, oh, she's with this guy. Like, just so immediately they went to find him. And when they did find him, he actually tried to first claim he didn't even know Grace.
Come on.
He is the father of her unborn child.
It's
and
also-
he claimed he didn't even know her.
Also, like, I'm sure if they went to her house, they would find a pile of letters
Of course
exchanged
they
between
would.
the two of them.
When I say this guy is a fucking idiot, he's a fucking idiot.
You also worked together.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking
There's
serious?
literally no way you can claim you don't know her. He was arrested and immediately charged with her murder. She was covered in bruises and had a good head wound and lacerations to her forehead and her mouth when she was discovered. And she was also discovered to be 4 months pregnant.
4 months.
4 months.
So she sat around for 4 months waiting for him just to, like...
Thinking he was going to come around.
That's so awful.
Because
That's
he was also making her
heartbreaking.
believe that he was going to come around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's so sad to think that
Yeah.
that long went on.
Yeah. His claim was that that she killed herself. But like,
After beating herself up.
no one believed that. According to the Evening Courier, they found the broken, bloody tennis racket buried on the shore.
Dude.
There was a lot to be made about whether she was dead before she hit the water during the trial, but the consensus did seem to be that she likely was. He had beaten her to death and thrown her in the water. He also claimed at one point that she jumped in willingly. Can't swim, remember?
Well, she might have jumped in to get away from him.
Exactly. And he said he tried to help her and the boat tipped over. But he arrived at the hotel he hid out at with all dry clothing.
Huh.
So
Imagine that.
the trial was bonkers. Everyone was there. He's a big name.
Right.
I mean, a very wealthy family. Like, this is a well-known bachelor. The media went wild. No one even knew he was dating this woman because they had kept it so
kept it
under wraps.
secret.
Never mind that he was the father of her unborn child. And now he was a murderer of her and a child.
His own child.
On December 5th, 1906, the jury deliberated for 5 hours and found him guilty of first-degree murder.
Good.
He was sentenced to die in the electric chair.
Fantastic.
He spent a couple of years at Auburn Correctional Facility and apparently got some spiritual guidance along the way. And sources say he confessed to the murder to many of them.
Yeah, to clear his own conscience.
Exactly. He was executed March 30th, 1908. He exhausted all his appeals. He tried to get out of it. I think his mother even wrote a a letter to the governor trying to get
That's sad.
a stay, but she couldn't.
That's sad for his mom because he put her in that position.
Of course it is. She didn't ask for
She's
that.
a victim too.
I'm pretty sure his grave, he was in an unmarked grave, and I'm pretty sure it got paved over by a road. So there's that. And
No comment, brother.
no comment on that. According to Adirondack.com, the murder of Grace Brown influenced the 1925 Adirondack folk song, The Ballad of Big Moose Lake.
Oh.
Because that is the lake that she was drowned in. And there's also a 1951 movie, A Place in the Sun, that is based on this story. And there's also a 1925 novel, An American Tragedy, that's based on it, and a 1926 play about it, and a 2005 opera by the same name. And that's just a few of things that have been influenced by this.
That's crazy.
Now, A Place in the Sun and An American Tragedy apparently take Chester's side a lot. And basically say
what
Grace.
side is that?
They basically show Grace to be what Robert Stack on Unsolved Mysteries said was they called her a woman of easy virtue. Basically, a hoe.
So we're slut shaming in the 20th century.
And that she should be
good.
murdered while pregnant because of that.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Apparently. So, like, fuck those two things.
Yeah, fuck them.
Now, that isn't the end of the story because people keep seeing Grace.
Oh, that breaks my heart that she's at the
I
lake.
hate that she's stuck there. Yeah, she's stuck at the lake. People keep seeing a complete apparition of a glowing woman walking the shores of Moose Lake or across the surface of the lake.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and also see her walking down the halls of the Big Moose Inn where she stayed. If she's not wandering the shore, people will have seen her struggling in the lake trying to get help, like almost like a repeat of what's
residual.
happening. Sometimes she's seen at the cottages along the lake and like the lodge there. And apparently she likes to turn off the lights all the time. She doesn't like lights on. And I wonder if that's because it's like the 1906, you know, 06
doesn't
of it all.
understand
She's
it.
like, I didn't live with electricity. What is this?
Maybe it's too
kind of think
bright.
it's too bright. According to Weird New York, sometimes people recall feeling intense sadness around the lake, almost like an uncontrollable dread. They theorize that she and her child being killed trapped her there, and she's somehow unable to continue to move on.
I want to
which
go
makes
there
me
and
so
help her.
sad. I know.
Let's go.
I want to. I hate that she's trapped there with all this like sadness around her.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve that.
Now, this was also featured on an episode of the OG Unsolved Mysteries.
I heard you watching it the other day.
That's right, with King Robert Stack.
I heard that intro. I heard that smooth butter voice.
They talked about a group of people in this episode that worked at the Covewood Lodge in 1988. That's near Big Moose Lake. One of them, Rhonda, said she stopped at the staff lodge to turn out the lights. And she was with like a group of 3 other people who worked at the lodge. And as soon as she went in, she said she felt like someone was there. And she said she went up to like the top floor where like there's a balcony overlooking where her friends were in the lake. And she said she didn't see anything, but she said she just like knew someone was there.
Like felt a
Like just
presence.
felt that. And she said it was very strange, very, very unsettling. And outside, meanwhile, her friends saw a woman standing on the balcony, glowing in white, like fully in like a 1906 garb. And she just was standing there looking out onto the lake. And then she just stood there, and all 3 of them said the same thing, that they saw the same thing. And they said she stood there and then all of a sudden just dissipated and was gone.
The tinglies that are happening all over my bod.
Imagine seeing that.
I would. My goosebumps have goosebumps.
And they
bro.
all say that she's like, has such a sad look on her face. And she's just looking out over the lake.
Because she just loved him and he
Yeah.
couldn't give a shit. And then
he's a piece of shit.
Killed her and their unborn
Yeah.
child. We got to get her out of there. She deserves so much
We got to
better.
get her out of there.
Because she's got to move on to her next life, which is going to
She
be like a million
does,
times
with
better.
her bebe.
With her bebe. With a man, a better husband.
Exactly. And the same episode tells the story of Linda Lee Mackin and her friend Bridget, who vacationed at the lake around the same time. And they had flashlight issues because, like, I really don't think Grace likes this electricity business.
Yeah.
Like, they were going down to the lake and the flashlight kept dimming and then just shut off. But the batteries were, like, brand new.
That would scare the shit out
And
of
they
me.
said it kept happening. And one night they went down to the lake together, just sitting there, and it was like really dark out. and they saw a mist coming close to them, like over the top of the lake. And they were like, wow, that's so pretty, like so spooky. And then they said all of a sudden the mist formed into a woman. And they said, who just looked at them. And they literally said, it with such extreme sadness. That's all they could get from her. And they said, and actually Linda said she felt extreme, overwhelming sadness herself. Like she was like, it was literally like, I immediately felt just like hopelessness and sadness. And she said it was overwhelming. And then the next day they were in the lodge and they were walking through like the lobby, and there's memorabilia about this, like old newspapers and shit. And there's photos of Grace and Chester. And they said you could have knocked them over with a feather, because they were like, we saw that picture of Grace and we were like, that is the woman that appeared to us last night.
Can you imagine having an experience like that jarring?
That would blow
and that's
my fucking mind. Like, and she just appears to you like sad. I'd be like, what can I do to help you?
I know.
Like, I would not say that in that moment, because I would probably shit my pants. I'm not pretending. Like, I'd be like, what can I do to help you? Like,
I'd be so confident,
but
my shit would not be rocked.
Like, I would just be like, what can I do to help you pass through?
Into help mode.
Like, no, I would not. I'm not claiming that. But looking back on it, you want to be like, fuck, I want to stand in front. Now, if she appears, you want to be like, what can we do to help you?
Grace,
how can I get you not here?
I know.
Because I don't want you to be on this lake. It's sad.
Oh my God, remember Ghost Whisperer?
Yeah, I never watched that.
Oh.
It was Jennifer Love Hewitt, right?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, J-Love.
She was so helpful. She was such an empath.
Good for her, man.
That show used to scare the shit out of me as a kid, though.
I'm sure you probably shouldn't have been watching it.
Yeah, probably not. But I always loved the end, though, because she would help them like find the light and cross over. Yeah,
I like that.
I know. I want to help Grace find whatever she needs to
Grace.
find.
But that is the story of Grace Brown's tragic murder, and her now at Big Moose Lake, and now her haunting at Big Moose Lake.
Mine's a little more wily than that, and a little more all over the place.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're heading out to Oregon.
All right, let's go.
I want to say Oregon.
Let's go Oregon Trail.
We're going to Oregon. I'm going to talk about Crater Lake, which is located inside of Crater Lake National Park, if you can believe it.
I can't.
It is the deepest lake in the United States.
That's really scary, and I don't like that.
One of the deepest, actually, in the world.
No, I actually hate that.
Same. It has an average depth of about 1,500 feet.
Shut the fuck up.
But that's not even as deep as it goes. That's the average. The deepest parts are said to be close to 2,000 feet deep. Like, just think of everything that would be lurking underneath you as you treaded water.
No!
I had to say that to you.
No!
You actually really shouldn't swim in this lake. It's not very allowed, but...
Don't do it.
There's, like, certain parts where you can.
It's not very allowed.
I was waiting for that to hit you. It's not very allowed.
It's not very allowed.
It's not very allowed. There's certain places where you can, but overall, it's too cold and too deep. Like, they don't recommend it.
It's way too deep. Don't do that.
Yeah.
What's that?
Insane.
It's like fucking cave diving. Don't do that.
Well, yeah, just don't.
Do you remember in school when you just knew that your teacher had a favorite of everything? They would always use the same blue dry erase marker when they wrote on the board, or they would talk nonstop about their favorite element during science. I had a teacher once that literally had a favorite brand of marker. She would only write with specific markers, and if another marker ended up in her classroom, she was TO'd. And honestly, I was probably her favorite student because at the end of the year, I got her that specific brand of marker. Let's talk about their real favorite thing, though. Their favorite tissue brand. Kleenex. According to Teacher List, they are the #1 facial tissue trusted by teachers. Kleenex Ultra Soft tissues are silky soft to help prevent skin irritation, and now you can take them anywhere with Kleenex Snap and Go. I absolutely love Kleenex Snap and Go. It's so perfect to have that in your car. I had a cold last week and I was just
Honey, my nose was a faucet. I hate to do this to you, but it was disgusting. Drew literally came out of our garage with like 15 of the Kleenex Snap and Goes, and I put those in my glove compartment, and honey, they were easy access. It was so nice knowing that I didn't have to blow my nose into like an old wrapper that I had. Ew. So do the best thing for your kids' teachers and stock up on the ultimate classroom favorite. Maybe it'll make them their teacher's favorite student. They definitely have a favorite. Don't even get me started because, again, you know it was me. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. I happen to be somebody that struggles with people pleasing. So a lot of times I will build things up and up and up and up and up and then kind of get to the point where I'm like, I need to let this out to this person. Even in 2026, that stigma and just stigma in general can get in the way of a lot of things, like getting support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking that first step yourself because you're busy. You're worried about what other people might think, or telling yourself that you should handle this all alone. But therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform, can be a space to slow down and talk through what's been building before it feels unmanageable. Just take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully qualified. Don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/morbid. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/morbid.
Do that.
Do it.
No. Well, the formation of this lake is crazy. It formed over 7,700 years ago.
Badass.
Which is crazy. When Mount Mazama, the volcano, erupted. Now, the eruption was so large and so cray-cray that it weakened the structure of the volcano itself. The volcano emptied its entire magma reservoir, and then it all just collapsed in on itself, and that's what formed where the lake is.
That's what happened to me when I had neurovirus.
You got rid of your entire magma
My entire magma reservoir, and then I collapsed it on myself.
Iconic.
It's literally, I didn't know how I felt in that moment, and that's exactly the description.
Oh wait, just picture that like happening to a
No,
landmass.
that's actually the scariest thing I've ever heard.
It literally created a 5 to 6 mile wide caldera, so like just like a crater essentially, which over time got filled with rainwater and like melted snow and shit, and that's Crater Lake.
The fact that it is just
an exploded volcano that collapsed in on itself.
Like a volcano that emptied its entire magma reservoir, which weakened the stability of it, and then it just in on itself.
It did in fact
and then it's itself. Like I just like looking up at a volcano.
Yeah,
must be unbelievable. Like just the size
that would give me like the chilly willies.
Just the massive the structure in front of you, and then to think of that the other way.
Yeah.
And filled with water.
Yeah.
Like that is just like my mind is like bending around that.
Well, like I looked it up because I was like, okay, so like could it erupt still? Technically it could still erupt.
Oh shit.
But it wouldn't be like a typical volcano eruption, obviously.
Yeah, it would be a weird ass one.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really knows exactly what would happen.
Oh my god, Crater Lake is scary, guys.
It's so scary.
It's so big.
It's also surrounded by like all this like mountain area.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but it's got a vibe.
It is. It's gorgeous, but it is.
It's a
knowing
rough
what that
terrain.
is like, oh.
Yeah. So I'm not even going to be able to hit I'm hitting like the tip of the iceberg here because so many different things have happened.
Yeah.
We could honestly probably do a part 2 of Crater Lake.
Cool. Let's do it.
Because it's got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. There's some kind of water monster that people have reported seeing.
Fun.
Like small little tales, but they're fun.
I love a Nessie situation.
There's paranormal parts of this.
Yep.
The biggest thing that seems to be related to Crater Lake is disappearing planes.
Ooh.
And like disappearing.
Oh.
Just like there and then not.
I don't love that.
Seemingly inexplicable plane crashes have also taken place all around this area, and unfortunately, there have been murders.
Oh, man.
Now, some of this haunted/morbid TM activity could have to do with the lake's origin story. So according to the Klamath tribe, who lived on the land where Crater Lake National Park now stands, but like way before it became a national park.
Yeah.
The god of the underworld, who I believe is Lao. I looked it up. Some pronunciations say Yao, but I saw Lao more often.
Okay.
So the god of the underworld fell in love with the chief's daughter, and when he couldn't take her back to the underworld as his bride, he promised he was going to do something real big to get back at this tribe.
Uh-oh.
It's giving Hades and Persephone.
Very much.
Yes. And that is when the volcano erupted, massively causing the giant caldera.
Holy shit.
But luckily, the sky spirit, Skell, stepped in to protect the tribe from what was happening and came face to face with Lao in a pretty heated battle. The battle is said to have ended when Skell killed Lao and threw him into the lake.
Whoa.
According to journalist Sarah Crocker, who I got a lot of information from. She wrote an article for grunge.com. It's called A Look at Crater Lake's Morbid History.
Ooh, yeah, fun.
But according to Sarah, Lao's body was eaten by monsters who were living at the time.
Oh, it's kind of like the realm of monsters from Moana.
Yes,
Moana.
exactly.
Moana.
But they left his head untouched. They said, no, I don't want that. So it was just bobbing around the lake. So people believe now, especially the people that belong to this tribe, that Lao still haunts the area and the lake specifically.
That is so scary.
It's the scariest. And they
What
said,
a fascinating, like, origin story.
I love that origin story.
It. Yeah.
They say that they don't think anybody should even look at the lake too long.
Wow.
Because they believe it will cause, quote, death and lasting sorrow.
Holy shit.
So deep and creepy and spooky.
Damn.
So let's flash forward to the spring of 1944 for our first bizarre instance. During World War I, two, I think it's Grumman, TBF torpedo bombers were flying over the lake, most likely running a drill of some kind. There was a military base nearby.
Okay.
It was said to be a completely clear day as they were flying over the lake. Each pilot was keeping track of the other. The pilot who survived this drill said suddenly he looked over and just didn't see the plane that was supposed to be flying with him. He looked below him. He didn't see it falling out of the sky or anything like that. It was just gone, just disappeared into thin air.
What the fuck?
Now, there's a lot of mystery surrounding this particular case, but it's a story connected to the case that's been told for decades. Some people even say they saw a plane flying low that day and then disappear around the area of the lake.
Really?
But not real. There's never been any names associated with it. It's never been confirmed or denied to have happened.
Yeah.
It's just been very hush hush. And a lot of people think it's so hush hush because the government didn't want to say much about it because we were still actively involved in World War II.
I mean, that does make sense.
And it wouldn't have been a great look for a bomber plane to just go missing.
Just disappear over a lake.
But it's entirely possible that this happened.
Yeah.
There is also a ton of other military planes that are said to have either crashed into or near Crater Lake throughout the years, or just completely vanished in or around the lake. But there's no actual records to be found. So could be legends based on the lake's history, but could be a hush-hush thing. You know? Now, one plane in February of 1975 that did in fact disappear near Crater Lake wasn't found for 7 years.
Holy shit.
7 years. There were 3 people on that plane, and on the return flight, the pilot, Dave Nunn, and 2 student pilots, Jim Pryor and Matt Perkins, who were only 17 years old at the time.
That's heartbreaking.
So they were on the return flight. Jean Nunn had driven her husband Dave, her daughter, and her grandchild to the airport that night. And she said that she had a feeling for 2 weeks beforehand that something was going to happen in her family. Oh. She just had this weird feeling she couldn't shake. But she didn't know, obviously, what it was going to be.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
She didn't know who it was going to happen to.
Or when it was going to happen.
Yeah, she just had a feeling. But she didn't think it was going to be her husband. Now, this trip was supposed to be simple. They were going to fly to Salem, Oregon on Dave's private plane, a blue Cessna 182. And they were dropping off Jean and Dave's daughter and their grandchild. And then they were flying back to Klamath Falls, Oregon.
Okay.
This flight literally should have taken only 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
It's a super quick flight. So after dropping everybody off at the airport, Jean went home and she said she felt a chill. So she cozied up under an electric blanket and just fell asleep. Because again, this isn't supposed to be, her husband's not supposed to be gone long. She's like, all right, I'm just going to take a little nap, go to sleep. But she said she woke up that night around 9:30 and she felt the sensation of a hand on her leg. and she immediately knew that something had happened to Dave.
Oh, I just got so many chills.
She ended up writing a book about it, but she said the feeling just washed over her.
Oh, God.
And she immediately knew. So she called the airport, and as soon as she got on the phone, she said, the plane must have gone down at 9:20 and Dave died at 9:30. I know it.
Holy shit.
They confirmed that they'd lost track of the plane on the radar at exactly 9:20 that night.
What the fuck?
It was exactly what she said. Now, weeks and
shit.
weeks went by. Search parties were trying to find this plane anywhere they could, find the wreckage. Weeks turned into months, months turned into years, and finally, 7 years later, in July of 1982, a hiker ended up coming across the wreckage just outside of Crater Lake National Park.
That must be the most horrifying thing to come in contact with.
Truly.
Is a plane crash.
You're just out hiking, like you're supposed to have this great day with nature.
And you just find a plane crash? Like, what the fuck?
And 3 people inside of it. Like, he found 3 skeletons inside of it, who were the 2 17-year-old student pilots and Jean's husband.
Oh.
But she said she knew. She knew all those years.
Wow, Jean.
Yeah, crazy.
Holy shit. I want to read her book.
It's really, let me tell you what it's called.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, Jean.
Yeah, her book is called We Fly Away.
Oh, Jean. I know there's a picture of her with like scrapbooks in one of these articles in the Herald. What is it? The Herald News or something?
The Herald News.
Yeah, she it's a picture of like Dave, who was a stunner.
A stunner, honey.
Stunner.
Yeah.
Like, that's so sad.
And just like how cool to be a pilot and just be able to like fly your daughter and your grandchild home. And he was just trying to teach these 2 students about flying. They were passionate about it. It's so sad.
That makes me so sad.
But also like so beautiful in a way that he was able to tell Jean that he had passed, and she knew, like she was able to like understand.
And
what
in
the
such
sign
a way
meant.
that was like really comforting.
Yeah,
almost,
probably.
you know?
Exactly. Now, another plane that crashed and then disappeared unfortunately took much longer to find. Back in December of 1945, there were 7 Grumman Hellcat fighter planes that were taking flight over Crater Lake National Park. They were on their way to Washington. Now, it was really foggy this day. There was a lot of fog, especially lingering over the lake. And while they were going through it, some of the pilots couldn't clearly see others. So they made it through the fog, and they realized that there were not 7 planes flying anymore. One plane, which was flown by 22-year-old Ensign Frank Lupo, was just completely gone.
Holy shit.
Like, lost track of it. What? Now, before they went through the fog, a couple of the other pilots did see him trying to change a gas tank, like, while they were still flying. But obviously something had happened. And a couple of the other plane's pilots saw Lupo's plane start to descend slowly, which I can't even imagine seeing. And that's your friend that you're out on this mission with, like, something bad is happening and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
So flash forward almost 25 years later, in August of 1970, when a park ranger who was newly working at Crater Lake National Park, he was hiking through the park and he just casually stumbled upon a human skull.
Oh.
Yep.
Welcome to the job.
So obviously he had to go report that to his head of department.
Yep.
He had an interesting way of doing so. He told the story and then just presented the head, taking it out of his backpack and putting the skull onto his boss's desk.
I mean, none of us know. None of us know unless we've come across one.
Definitely, don't move a skull that you find in the woods.
Yeah, we can say that with confidence.
Don't
do that.
Definitely leave that there. But I also understand, again, this is the 70s, so we didn't have all that information.
And he was probably freaked out.
He was probably freaked out. And he probably didn't think anyone was going to believe him.
Yeah.
And he probably didn't want to leave it there because an animal could get it and move it. And then he's just this crazy new guy.
Yeah, and it's not like he has a cell phone to pop a picture really quick to be like, here it is. Let's go find it.
Exactly. So instead he brought it with him and he popped it on his boss's desk.
Whoa.
I guess that leaves no doubts.
It does.
But after the discovery, investigators went out to where the skull was found, and they ended up finding the remains of the Hellcat plane.
Holy shit.
And they found a piece of equipment with a serial number on it, so they were able to determine that it was Lupo's missing plane.
Holy shit.
And in a bit of happier ending, Lupo's remains ended up being sent to his family.
Oh,
so he could get
that's nice.
laid to rest, sort of.
Oh.
So now onto something very sinister. In 1952, 55-year-old Charles Colhane and 56-year-old Albert Jones were found dead on Annie Creek in the national park. The area where they were found is only about 6 miles from the lake.
Whoa.
Both men worked for General Motors and were in Oregon for work, but while they were in the area, they planned to go on a fishing trip with these 2 other guys in the car business, Jack Vaughn and Frank Eberlein. So Jack, Frank, and Frank's 13-year-old son, Alan, showed up to the park with plans to meet up with the guys, but they were surprised when they only found their car, keys still in the ignition, and the front doors both open. It was like a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But they were like, maybe they went to sightsee or something while they were waiting for us.
Yeah, like strange, but not like...
Yeah, not super alarming.
Yeah.
So they waited a little bit to see if Albert and Charles would show back up, but they gave it 45 minutes and they still hadn't come back.
Now it's alarming.
No, it's alarming. So the 2 older men decided to drive down to a ranger station while Alan stayed behind in case the 2 men showed up.
Okay.
Now, 13-year-old Alan is just waiting in the back of his dad's car, and he sees a dark sedan pull into the lot and kind of like slowly pass by and he's looking, like this driver takes a look at the car that's parked that's empty and then speeds off onto the highway.
Huh.
So he's like, okay.
It's like, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. So shortly after that, park rangers made it up that way and started the search for these 2 men. They enlisted trail crews to join the search effort as well. The search went on for a day and a half until finally the 2 men were found. And there's a lot of strange details about how they were found. They had both been shot in the back of the head at such close range that there was gunpowder residue and burn marks around
Holy
the
shit.
bullet. So it was execution style.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine this. A honeybee is out here doing her thing in an orchard, lands on a mystery apple blossom, then carries that pollen over to a Honeycrisp tree. Fast forward a few months, and no exaggeration, something amazing is born. The sugar bee apple. Packed with notes of honey, caramel, and molasses, plus an extra crisp crunch, sugar bee apples are perfect for snacking, baking, and everything in between. Download our new free recipe book and find a store near you at hellosugarbee.com. Sugar bee apples, naturally sweet from bee to you.
The deadlines, the pressure, the tension. You may just brush it off as stress, but is your hair, I gotta tell you, it's eating us alive. Weakening our very roots, breaking us apart. And the more you stress, the more we slip away. Now please, take a deep breath. There's something you can do. Pantene Abundant and Strong System strengthens your hair against stress, reducing hair loss by 85%. Only the strongest will survive this shedding. Pantene Abundant and Strong.
They both were shot by a, quote, 7.65 millimeter automatic pistol of foreign manufacture.
Okay.
Which was weird. And investigators also found 2 brass cartridges on the ground. They were each missing their shoes, but it looked like the shoes were taken after they were killed because their socks were clean.
Huh.
Albert's shoes were found not too far from the scene, but Charles' shoes are still missing to this day. This case is unsolved.
Wow.
Though somebody did try to pawn a very similar pair of shoes after the bodies were found.
Interesting.
They both had also been gagged with their own neckties and part of Charles's undershirt, which is strange because they were both still wearing their dress shirts. So they had to have been like part of the shirt had to have been torn off in like a struggle, or he was redressed at some point. It's very strange.
Yeah. And it's like, did they take the shoes off after they were killed, or did they take them off after they got them down on their knees?
Right.
So they couldn't run.
Who knows?
Or I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah.
Maybe that's
both
why their
make
socks
sense.
are clean.
Yeah. Now, even stranger, both men's dentures were found in the pockets of their dress shirts.
Huh.
Like, what? Their wallets were emptied. They both were assumed to be carrying around $300, and that was gone. And lastly, they both were wearing watches previously that were gone now.
Shit.
So it looked somewhat like a robbery, but like
a very
a bizarre one.
like an
at that.
execution murder robbery.
Right. So later, an autopsy would show that Albert had a fractured skull, and both men had been hit so hard in their groin areas that they were bruised.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so they put up a fight, and
Yeah.
they went through a lot before
Yeah.
they died. It definitely seemed like there was more than one killer also to investigators. They were both pretty big guys too, so it was unlikely to investigators that one person alone took them out. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, the case is technically unsolved, but there were some good leads that came in after the murders. I don't want to go into every single one, and I'm really giving you like a brief overview
Because you want to cover it in depth.
Because I do want to cover this.
There's a little taste.
There's a little taste. But what I will tell you is that afterwards, after like this got out to the public, a couple reported seeing two, quote, dirty, unkempt men in an old car near the crime scene. Now, interestingly, another man who was working a delivery route in the area had also seen what he described as two scruffy-looking men leading two nicely dressed men into the woods near Annie Creek on the day of the murders.
Oh, shit.
And he said he noticed this, and he also noticed one of the nicely dressed guys make a symbol to the other guy, like a hand symbol, like that, like a gun.
Yeah.
So basically trying to tell the other guy, like, fuck, they have a gun, or like,
okay.
Something like that.
Trying to like subtly warn him.
And he said he also saw a black Pontiac coupe parked on the shoulder around the corner from the scene, which, if you remember, Alan saw a dark sedan.
Yep.
So that's interesting. Now, this driver, was driving again in the area the next day, and he kept running into those same scruffy men that he saw before, and they were clearly making a point to intimidate him, he said. They stared him down. They ended up blocking him in at a gas station at one point.
The fuck?
Driving that same black Pontiac that he had seen on the day of the murders. So now he saw the car near the scene, but now he knows they're the ones driving it.
Yeah.
And they just overall seem to be following him. But obviously because of this, he was able to get a good look at them. One of the men, who seemed to be the older one of the two, he said had quite a few distinguishable details that this guy remembered. And the witness, his name is Lincoln. So the man who had all these like memorable characteristics was wearing a beaded belt that said Ralph. He had a tattoo of a woman in a bikini, and he was also missing one of his fingers.
Oh, shit.
So you'll remember that.
Yeah. You'll remember a 9-fingered guy.
You sure will. Unfortunately, the authorities didn't really take Lincoln's story too seriously. Like he kept telling them all this information, but it seems like some of his reports weren't even recorded at all. Like there are some that are on record, and some, like he was like, I also gave additional information.
And it's just nowhere.
Yeah. He said that he thought the police thought he was a smart aleck. Because remember, this is the 50s.
Yeah, so they did think he was a smart aleck.
They definitely did. But weird. Almost 50 years after the murders and Lincoln's experience with two scruffy-looking men, somebody new got eyes on the case. A woman named Cheryl was taking a class at a local college when she heard the story about the murders all those years ago. And she just got deeply fascinated with this case and like started going down all these rabbit holes, getting every last detail together. And she ended up writing a paper about the murders for her class. And it was a really well done paper. So she ended up giving a presentation later on the paper at a local museum, like in this area.
Cheryl.
Yeah, she's a queen. So the presentation was attended by a ton of people who signed in before joining the discussion. And Cheryl's friend told her that the last man to walk into this whole presentation was suspicious looking. And while Cheryl was still presenting some of the paper, this man went down and started looking through the list of names of people who had signed in, like very into it, like studying this list.
Fuck that.
The other thing that they noticed about this man, her friend, he was missing a finger.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Yup. But that's all I'm going to give you because I want to cover it in its entirety.
Oh my God.
Weird, though.
What
Weird.
the fuck?
Now, what I will tell you is it's technically unsolved, but there is a good set of suspects for this murder.
All right.
Or these murders, I
Wow,
should
that's
say.
fascinating.
Isn't that a strange one? Now, on to the paranormal. Apparently, park rangers in the Crater Lake National Park will see campfires burning in areas where they're restricted.
Oh, that's spooky.
Now, they'll go all the way out. They'll say, like, we see campfires, we see people around the campfires, and then they'll go out to confront the campers and be like, you can't have a fire here. And they'll get all the way out to where they saw this all happening, and there will be nobody there and no campfires lit.
That must be so maddening.
And so fucking creepy because you're like, what was bidding me out here?
What the fuck was I seeing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Apparently this happens a lot around Wizard Island.
Wizard Island?
You heard me. Wizard Island was formed way back when the volcano erupted and is named that because it apparently resembles a wizard's hat, if like from an overhead shot.
Bitch.
Yep. There's also
looking right
another
now.
island in the lake called Phantom Island.
Phantom Island.
Phantom
this lake
Island
is crazy.
This lake is the tits.
I love it.
Phantom Island is named that because depending on what angle you're looking at it from, you'll see it, and then it's like this weird optical illusion where if you move slightly or like you see it at a different time of day, you'll see the island, and then you won't suddenly. Like it like literally disappears in your line of vision.
That's really spooky. And also Wizard Island does look like a wizard's hat.
It does.
Correct.
And that's where a lot of the phantom fires are seen.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Now, finally onto the water monster of it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
There have been at least 2 sightings of the monster. The
monster. What is the
I was going to say the water
Monster
monster.
The monster monster.
The water monster. And people say it looks like a dragon, kind of like Nessie.
Cool.
Like the Loch Ness monster.
We love Nessie here.
In one instance, there was a group of friends who saw the Crater Lake dragon swim under their robot. My God.
What's happening?
I'm losing it.
Crater Lake is getting to you.
In one instance, a group of friends saw the Crater Lake dragon swim under their rowboat, and they were so terrified that they hauled ass back to land and were like flagging rangers down, being like, "We just saw a straight up creature in the lake.
We just saw a dragon.
Like we just saw like what is that?" And they're like, "There's fish in the lake. I don't know."
Imagine if there's a straight up dragon in that lake.
I am fully of the mindset that there
At this
is.
point, yeah.
Fully of the mindset.
Probably.
Basically, nobody believed them. They were like, "Yeah, are you like high? Like, are you?"
And they're
good?"
like, no.
They're like,
I'm
"No."
high on dragon sightings. Is what I'm high on.
We saw what we saw, and yeah, now we are high on dragon sightings. But they're not the only group of people to have seen this.
Of course
monster.
they're not, because it's real.
A woman who was visiting the area from Georgia also wanted to do a little rowboat day of her own.
Yeah, you couldn't fucking pay me money, but go right ahead.
You could pay me money, and I would do it.
Nope.
I would do it probably without if you paying me
I'll
money.
watch from the shore.
Yeah, watch from Phantom Island.
Yeah.
But she said that she saw the giant sea creature swimming away from her boat. Like she saw it herself too.
What the fuck?
And everybody describes it like a dragon-like creature.
That's the coolest shit I've ever heard.
I'm obsessed with it. You can also buy postcards of it if you want to, because now they lean in.
Hell yeah. If you got a Nessie, you better go full Nessie.
Lean in.
Yeah, don't you dare try to dispel the Nessie.
Exactly. Now I have a few honorable mentions. There wasn't like a ton of information on these things, but they happened.
Worth mentioning.
Yeah, worth mentioning. Many Bigfoot sightings.
Oh,
Yup.
we love that.
Rangers will smell something real bad, investigate it, and then just get a barrage of pine cones thrown at them.
That's the funniest shit I've ever heard.
I'm obsessed with it.
I love that I almost said big face. I love that Bigfoot is just like, get the fuck out of here.
No.
Throws a bunch of
Don't look at me.
Get out of here.
There was also a 1997 UFO sighting.
Oh, hell yeah, there was.
3 lights flashed across the sky, and then there was like a ton of weird flashes of lights, and then those 3 lights seemed to just disappear into the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
UFOs underwater, man.
I mean, it's happening a lot lately.
And that thing's 2,000 feet deep in some spots.
So many places to go.
Definitely UFOs down there.
Oh, the places though.
Oh, the places they'll
You know?
go. Yeah.
And finally, my favorite part of Crater Lake is the old man of the lake.
It's my favorite part too, and I don't know anything about it.
He's not a man. He's actually a giant 30-foot mountain hemlock that just floats around the lake upright. Which, like, obviously doesn't make sense from a gravity standpoint,
From a reality standpoint.
from this life standpoint. He just floats upright in the lake with about 3 feet. It used to be 4, but weather and global warming and all that. Now just 3 feet of him stick out of the lake's surface.
Oh, there he is.
Isn't he so cute?
There he is.
He just floats around. But
what the fuck?
But there's more to him than that. Apparently he controls the weather.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Of course he does.
He does. Because in 1988, there was a group of researchers who were going to survey the bottom of a lake, of the lake with like a submersible, which fuck that.
Yeah, no, you couldn't ever have me do that.
But they were worried that the submersible might run into the old man, like, and, break or something.
Yeah.
So they took him over to Wizard Island, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And they tied him to the shore. And in no time, the weather took a 180-degree turn. They were not even able to launch their submersible because storm clouds rolled in, and it got so bad that it started snowing. Like, the weather was going insane.
Because you can't hold him down.
You can't hold him
Don't
down.
you dare tether the old man of the goddamn lake.
Not my man's.
I too would make the weather go fucking lawless if
Not
you
my
tied me to
hemlock.
the side of it.
Lawless. That's the old man is lawless.
The old man of the lake is lawless.
He really is. He
is.
follows no rules.
And he doesn't have to.
Well, listen.
I'm not asking him to.
I'm not either.
No
the
way.
second they untied him, the weather went right back to beautiful.
Yeah, that's all he wanted.
Like almost instantly.
that's all he asked for.
He wants to be free.
Yeah. That's
Let
how
him
you
be
can't hold
free.
him down.
Now, there's a lot of theories as to how old man just like floats upright because, again, it makes no sense. Personally, I think it's because he's the most magical thing that we've ever come
He's
across in
majestic.
life. Some people think his density has increased over time because it's he's been in the water for so long,
Nah.
but I don't
magic.
think so.
Yeah.
He's a maverick.
He is a maverick, but he's magic as well.
He's a magic maverick.
He's a maverick.
And that is the tip of the iceberg about Crater Lake.
Holy shit.
I might do a part 2 on
Part
Crater
2's
Lake.
gotta come, yeah.
Because there's some other disappearances that have taken place
yeah,
there.
we gotta...
I'm sure I could probably find some more plane crashes that have
Oh,
gone
yeah, we gotta
down.
touch upon Crater Lake again.
Yeah,
and
like
I'm
Crater
very
Lake.
interested to hear more about that double murder.
Yes.
Because that was shocking.
Yeah, me and Dave are going to start working on that one real soon.
Me and Dave.
So keep a lookout for that.
Hell
And
yeah.
We hope you enjoyed my rant in the beginning about how
Yeah.
I'm being bullied. I feel a little safer in the office now
Yeah,
now that we've talked about Crater Lake.
we got it out.
Yeah.
The old man is there.
The old man is on my side.
He's on everyone's side.
I'll use the old man to
Because we'll never hold him down.
We'll never hold him down. I want to be one with him. I just want to like hold on to him and float
Just
around
bob
the lake.
around the lake.
Actually, I don't because it's too deep.
No. Fuck that.
But I do want to see the dragon.
I want to see the dragon.
Yeah, and I want to see Grace.
Yeah.
I want to help her.
I know. I just want to send Grace home.
I know. We have so many places we have to go.
All the places we'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full circle. Well, we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
Keep
it
weird. But not so weird that you don't check out these lakes, man.
do it.
Yay. Water.
Bye.
Bye.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
We don't just alert, we stop crime before it starts. Simply Safe, plan starting around $1 a day. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplysafe.com/SXM or with promo code SXM.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.
Talk about regrets. We all know someone who's been in a car accident and said, I don't need to call a lawyer, only to regret it after their pain and damages were worse than expected. When someone hurts you, you deserve to be compensated fairly. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, fighting for the people for over 35 years. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com/podcast. That's forthepeople.com/podcast. Their fee is free unless they win.